Battlefield just dropped a couple of bombshells in a blog, and I didn't see this coming. This has kind of surprised everyone, but in this blog we've got the announcement of a new studio, or their name. We've got the announcement of a new campaign, a new Battlefield experience, and a commitment to the franchise, plus the departure of one of Battlefield's longest standing developers. So we're going to take a look at it here. The title of this blog is All In on Battlefield, and it starts 20 years ago on September 10th, 2002, DICE and EA released BF 1942, ushering in a new kind of first-person shooter, one that allowed you to partake in massive battles set in a World War II themed sandbox that encouraged creativity and led to spectacles that we all know as only in Battlefield moments. Since that time, we've explored many eras and theatres of war, from the trenches of the First World War to the jungles of Vietnam, the tactical warfare of modern combat, and even glimpses of the world of tomorrow, 2142. And you've been with us all the way. We could not have created these games without your support and input. Your feedback has been instrumental in evolving Battlefield 2042. The team has been hard at work and has made strides in pushing BF 2042 closer to our ambitions. With the launch of Season 2, we're proud of the work we've done on the game, and we're committed to continuing to support it. We'll keep listening to your thoughts, and we'll use those to continue to evolve BF 2042 as well as to act as learnings for our new experiences that are in pre-production. So DICE have said this a couple times before. They say they're committed to 2042. They don't say for how long. I reckon it's going to be 4 seasons and then they'll move on. Maybe some small updates after that. We'll have to wait and see. But the blog continues. As we approach our 20th anniversary, crazy that Battlefield's been around that long, we'd like to share the future of the franchise and be clear with you on our vision. We are all in on Battlefield. We're committed to unlocking its potential as one of the best first-person shooter franchises in the world. To make that vision a reality, we've launched a global effort coordinating multiple studios under a leadership team of industry veterans to build a connected Battlefield universe. And we've heard about this connected universe before in a couple of recent financial calls. It continues, I'm excited to be working with Vince Zampella again alongside the rest of our leadership team, Rebecca Kutaz at DICE, Christian Grass at Ripple Effect Studios, and Alex Seropian at Industrial Toys. They're the guys that are making the Battlefield mobile game. We're hard at work with our world-class studios to grow Battlefield into an incredible first-person shooter series. This is where it starts to get really interesting. Many of you know that Marcus Leto joined the team earlier in the year. He's one of the co-creators of Halo. Today, we announced the name of his new Seattle-based studio, Ridgeline Games. Marcus will bring his long legacy of creating fascinating worlds and gripping narratives to Battlefield. Backed by a world-class team, he'll be leading the charge to develop a narrative campaign set in the Battlefield universe that will engage fans in new and exciting ways while remaining true to the classic elements of the series. So I think this is something completely new. I don't think this is connected to BF 2042 at all, and I think it's going to tie into the next game that DICE are working on. Just a bit of an update, as I finished recording this, Battlefield tweeted, for clarification, the new narrative campaign experience that Ridgeline Games is working on is not part of Battlefield 2042. It will be set in the Battlefield universe. And the next paragraph elaborates on that a bit. DICE is a multiplayer powerhouse and will use its expertise to continue developing Battlefield's one-of-a-kind multiplayer suite, while Ripple Effect is focused on creating an entirely new Battlefield experience that will complement and build upon the series' foundations. So I think there's actually quite a lot in this paragraph here. So now we know that that Seattle studio is called Ridgeline Games, and I would guess that they're making a campaign for the next DICE Battlefield game, DICE Stockholm, Sweden. They're going to be doing the multiplayer because they've said here they're a multiplayer powerhouse and will use its expertise to continue developing Battlefield's one-of-a-kind multiplayer suite. I feel like if that was about 2042, they would have said there. And this here, while Ripple Effect is focused on creating an entirely new Battlefield experience, it will complement and build upon the series' foundations. So what are the foundations of Battlefield? Multiplayer, lots of players, destruction, sandbox. And in terms of a new experience, what could this be? Couple of guesses. A Battle Royale title? Yeah, we had it already with Firestorm, but it wasn't standalone. It didn't have a live service, it wasn't free to play, and it was tied into Battlefield 5. So I'd say that's a strong contender. Or it could be something like a proper go at an extraction shooter, you know, like they kind of tried with Hazard Zone, which just wasn't very good. But Ripple Effect might be giving that another shot. Maybe a more smaller scale, infantry only title, something like that. But DICE LA, now known as Ripple Effect, they're actually responsible for some of the greatest DLCs that have come out with Battlefield games in recent years. They were also instrumental in the Battlefield 4 CTE and completely turning that game around. So I've got pretty high hopes for this, whatever it is. And I would also assume that all of these are connected. So the campaign, Seattle, multiplayer, DICE, this new experience, whatever it is, Ripple Effect, all together in this connected universe that they keep talking about. Starting to sound a bit like Modern Warfare, Warzone, that kind of vibe. And the next paragraph, kind of bittersweet. Battlefield has been a staple of this industry, and as the industry shifts, we're looking to expand the series into something even more extraordinary by embracing a global mindset and the vision of our leadership team. As we build for the future of Battlefield, we must remember to thank those who got us here. Creative director Lars Gustafsson, who has been with the franchise since the beginning and is affectionately known as Mr. Battlefield, has decided he's ready for a new adventure. We would like to thank him for his invaluable experience, expertise, and friendship all these years. Lars has dedicated a substantial portion of his life to Battlefield and is proud to have helped shape the franchise into what it is today. He's excited to pass the baton to the next generation of Battlefield creators at DICE, Ripple Effect, Industrial Toys, and Ridgeline Games. This is a pretty big deal. Lars has, like they said, been there from the very beginning. I think he was one of the first 10 to 15 people that worked on a game called Codename Eagle that eventually turned into BF 1942. He is Mr. Battlefield. He's known and loved within the industry, within all these different studios. So it's very sad to see him go. Awesome dude, and really, without him, would we have had so many incredible, amazing Battlefield experiences throughout the years? Maybe not. He's always been there. So if you've enjoyed something in a Battlefield game, whichever one it might be, 3, 4, 2042, Hardline, 5, Vietnam, Bad Company 2, whichever, Lars had a hand in that enjoyment. So very sad to see him go. I'm sure he's going to be missed. Give him a round of applause and wish him luck on his new adventures. And then the blog wraps things up here. The next generation of Battlefield creators is a global team of talented, hungry individuals dedicated to taking the series to new heights. This team includes veterans who have worked on the series for years, as well as new talent from the industry, all of whom bring years of experience working across incredible titles to the Battlefield universe. As Vince Zampella said to me, 20 years is a huge accomplishment for any series, regardless of industry. We have the ability to shape what comes next. We have the leadership, passion and talent in place to build really amazing experiences for players in the years ahead. Along with the work that we're doing with our studios, we have more content coming to BF 2042 and cannot wait to see what you think of it. Once again, to the community, we want to thank you for your support. And this is by Byron Bede and the Battlefield team. And that's it. Big statement coming out there from DICE and EA. Obviously, big commitment to the Battlefield franchise. New experience from Ripple Effect. New campaign. DICE working on multiplayer stuff for the future. And of course, we've got the mobile game too. Somehow all connected. We'll have to wait and see. So with that said, do let me know your thoughts down in the comments below, guys. Thank you. How do you feel about this? If you enjoyed the video, leave a like. If you didn't, a dislike. If you're new around here, do consider subscribing. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.